can almost guarantee you that you clicked on this video because you have a dream that's stuck in your head. Maybe that dream is still in thinking, or maybe you've taken some action to it, or maybe you're full on chasing this dream of yours. We all have a dream, and wherever you are with yours, this video is going to help you get up and chase it. However, we first need to answer the question, why can't I pursue my dream? We all have a dream. Why is it so difficult to follow it sometimes? If you're on social media in any form, you'll see people pursuing a dream of theirs daily through posting videos, blogs, documents, or whatever it may be. Sometimes it's easy to compare ourselves to that creator, thinking, wow, they're really going for it, but what am I doing? I know I've done this plenty of times. There are many times where I covet the analytics of a creator friend of mine, especially when I put in so much work for a minuscule return. But then I watch them breeze through a video and get a massive return on it that is oftentimes greater than my best performing video. But the only thing that comparison will ever give you is defeat. Comparing yourself to someone else, someone who you know to be better than you at a specific topic, is the worst form of self-deprecation. Comparing yourself to others is letting false allegations define who you are, and it is difficult to work through that while pursuing a dream. Moving on, we also have motivation. Some days I just don't feel like working, and that's completely okay, as long as it doesn't become a crutch. I'm saying this to myself too because, frankly, I need to hear it. Sometimes the reason for not pursuing a dream might simply be the busyness of life. Life has too many doors for us to walk through, and trying to keep up with everything in our lives is challenging enough already. There are many reasons, personal and not, for why everyone has struggles of following a dream. I interviewed 4 people for this video that you're about to hear. It's going to explain their dream, story, and their current state of their dream. I hope that this gives you something to think about as it did for me, because hearing the dreams and aspirations of others is a good source of hope. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what is your dream and why is it important to you?
My name is Haig. I've been graphic designing for 3 years now.
I am Perfect. I am a aspiring content creator.
Hi, I'm Lord Onage. I'm not bald, and I stream Minecraft too much.
I'm Jeffrey. My parents were both music educators. When I was growing up, I was surrounded with music all the time. And at one point, I always knew I would be a music educator. But during college, I began to play a lot more and really dig in and practice. And that led to a career in playing music. I've played for major artists for a long time. I've been around the world doing this, but I've always done it as somebody else's sideman.
And it's been a little like in the back of my mind kind of dream. Because I always had the artistic passion. I started out with just drawing. I used to draw as a kid. And I went from that to woodworking. I didn't like woodworking. I sucked at it. I went from that to leatherworking, and I also sucked at that. And you got to remember, these tools are not cheap tools. So I spent all the money on the tools. None of my
you bought
time.
them yourself.
Yes, I spent none of the time on it though. I never had that passion or the drive to help me, actually be good in those subjects.
For me, I've been more gravitated to telling a story to a very, I guess, emotional part, and I'm not saying I'm good at that yet. I think I'm kind of bad at it, but every video you just improve. You know how it is. But yeah, I kind of like more of the filmmaking side niche of YouTube. My dream, be a content creator. I branch out as well to like businesses, like an entrepreneur. 10 million subscribers, that'd be cool.
My dream means a lot to me because I've wanted to be a content creator since I was in middle school. I literally have a time capsule letter on my dresser from 2012 that I'm supposed to open in 2037, 25 years later.
Wow.
That says, hopefully I'm a content creator and doing YouTube and stuff.
That's actually so cool. Do you remember putting the things in there?
No, I just vaguely remember that I really want to be a content creator and do YouTube stuff. I do remember that, but nothing else. I have no idea.
Wow. So this dream has been like
long-term thing.
really prevalent in your life, yeah.
It was, but I didn't really start pursuing it until I got a computer because obviously I couldn't do anything with it.
Right.
All along, I've been writing and recording music with the dream of one day having my own music out in the public and being listened to and accepted and doing concerts and performing for people.
But then I picked up graphic design. I figured out that I can make these things pretty easily, and people will pay me for these things because they think it's hard.
So do you think that YouTube will be a stepping stone for you, or do you think that if it works out, then that's what you would be doing?
As of right now, I would say I think no matter what, I'll still be doing like YouTube content because as much as filmmaking is cool, I think having a mix of filmmaking but also like modernized YouTube type of format is something I want to master. So I think I feel like just me as a person, like if something flukes, I mean obviously if it really is bad, like I'll move on, figure something out, but like if I have a passion, I'll just keep working on it, even if that means maybe progress slows down a bit.
My dream is, if you couldn't guess, to do content creation full time. Although many side effects of that dream contribute to my pursuit of being a creator, such as to creatively express myself with no limit and to genuinely entertain people for who I am, not as what I want others to perceive me as. This has been a dream of mine for nearly 10 years, with my 8-year-old self watching Stampy Cat and Dude Perfect day in and day out. Seeing other people create while genuinely having fun, or working while genuinely having fun, is something that I aspire to do. As wishy-washy as I am about this dream, and if it'll work out for me, I know that I want to create in some way with my life. It's a natural talent I have to envision a creative project, but also a calling from my Lord and Savior. What has made you want to pursue this dream despite everything else in life begging for your time and attention?
Just the happiness it gave me. Because when I started graphic design, I was like 3 years ago, that was a dark point in my life. Like I wasn't very happy. My whole life I tried to be like the funny guy because, I'm not like smoking hot, so I got to have something going for me. And being funny was one of those things.
I get that. Yeah.
So I always loved making people laugh, but I figured out that I actually love seeing people happy. So that's why I went out and I found you, and I made a thumbnail once or twice. I can help this guy out, and I can make him happy in the process, which I did.
The initial spark of it started a couple years ago. At the time, I was just playing video games all day. But it came to a point where I just felt so unfulfilled. I feel like I felt like I needed to do something productive. I'm so passionate for this, and I feel fulfilled with videos. I know I'm like passionate for this thing because even if a video flops, my head will be down for a couple days, but deep inside I know I want this to work out. This is a passion, so I continue.
It's really a calling that I don't have much choice. I mean, I guess I do have a choice to be disobedient and not obey the calling and follow through with it. But there are two things that happen there. One, I'm supposed to do this. Number two, if I don't do this, I think I will always go through the rest of my life wondering if I had done it, if it would have been as successful as I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
With the busyness, it's really a balancing act. I mean, when I stopped touring and being parts of other people's bands, I did that because I was a husband and a father, and I didn't have a priority of music over top of that. But there's always been a part of me that's never stopped wanting to pursue that. I've always said I need a clone of myself, one that could have gone to New York and played jazz, and one that could have stayed here and done this. But this is what I've this is my main thing, being here.
Pursuing this dream has not been easy, even in recent times. Many life opportunities outside of YouTube have been opening up for me, and every little thing I say yes to is another thing that's going to suck my time away from YouTube. This is one of my greatest weaknesses when pursuing anything, specifically YouTube, the inability to say no. On top of this, mental health hasn't always been on my side. As much as I want to sit down and get things done, some days it simply can't happen or doesn't happen. But the power of my dream will consistently still make me want to achieve it, and therefore, I attempt to make that happen.
And we may have already talked about this a little bit, but what are some of the difficulties that you have with pursuing your dream when it is not at the top of your priority list?
Some of the problems with it, I don't sleep nearly enough.
I can feel that too.
Yeah, I'm
Unfortunately.
I sleep not enough, and I guess that I work on lots of different aspects because it's really we're a two-man band right now,
Right.
Which means everything's getting done by the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the design of the logo for the bass drum, the design, you know, putting the logo on shirts, getting word out, collecting RSVPs to the show, programming the music and the lights and the video, and all of that is done just by us.
Right.
And so the biggest struggle I think that we're having right now is the need to be a bigger entity without the financial resources to be a bigger entity, to hire people that would do our social media marketing and things like that.
My parents don't like content it's not they don't like content creation. They're just worried about me failing, which I think is a totally reasonable standpoint, given that I'm just a random creator making content, and I obviously don't have a platform. Well, I have a platform, but not a substantial platform.
Yeah.
So they're just worried that it's not sustainable. And then
My parents are absolutely worried about the same thing too, so that's a common theme for sure.
I just don't want to be on my deathbed and be like, I didn't even try. I just gave up before I even started. That's my biggest. I don't want to just say, wow, this didn't work for this year, I'm just going to give up now, when next year could have been like major success.
As I said before, the inability to say no to people has always been a struggle I've had with my life in general. Another struggle I have is my sleep. I see people all the time operate on 4 to 6 hours of sleep daily, and they're able to get immense amounts of work done in a single day, while my body requires me to get at least 8 to 10 hours a night. I want to be someone who can operate on less sleep, but I can't do a whole lot to change that without mentally putting myself in a pit of despair. Lastly, my inability to consume hate comments or harshly spoken criticism has been a massive challenge for me. If you know about the 16 personalities type, I am classified as an ESFJ-A type, which one of the defined weaknesses is vulnerable to criticism. And it's unfortunately very real in my mind. Everyone has their struggles. These are just a few of mine. If you could give any advice to someone that is just starting up to pursue their dream, what would it be?
Why not? Why not pursue it? It could be money, it could be a lot of things. But you're never gonna get anywhere by dreaming about it. Dreams are bad. You should never, ever have a dream.
Yeah.
You should always have a goal, an ambition. You should always be getting there. And if you haven't already, if you have a dream in your mind, that's the wrong place to put it.
I heard one quote before: you overestimate what you can do in a day, but you underestimate what you can do in a year, a month. And I think that's a big thing.
Take it seriously. Don't be like me. I've taken several breaks. Breaks are very detrimental to dreams. You need to plan. You need to know what you're going to do. You can't just go in and say, I'm going to wing it. Everything's going to work out because I have plot armor. Guess what? Reality sucks. You don't have plot armor.
My advice to anyone starting to pursue a dream is to have absolute laser focus on it. Don't let anyone else tell you what you should and shouldn't be. Some people will naturally try and tear you down, but the people who truly want to achieve their goals will always bounce back. Chase it down relentlessly.
I would start with saying there's no plan B.
Wow.
Decide what you're going to do and do it. I mean, plan B is basically a way of saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to be successful. I'm completely confident that I'm going to be successful. So therefore, I have no plan B. But if I was telling people to start, follow the dream, and act like it's the dream that's going to act. I mean, live like it's already happened.
I hope this video has helped in some way. Interviewing these people and myself has been a pretty eye-opening experience for me, and I hope it has for you too. If you want more of this content, make sure to do all the things below and subscribe, as it truly helps me make my dream a reality. I'll see you soon.